Premier League Burnley vs Brentford prediction, team news, lineups preview. Turf Moor is the location for an intriguing bottom-half Premier League battle on Saturday afternoon, when Burnley pit their wits against Brentford. The Clarets blew a 2-goal lead in a 2-2 draw with West Ham United last weekend, while the Bees were left frustrated and furious following a 2-1 loss to London rivals Arsenal. Match preview. A Europa League hangover was evident for West Ham during the visit of Burnley to the London Stadium, where David Datro Fofana's goal of the season contender broke the deadlock before Adinos Mavropanos' own goal saw the Clarets head into the break with an unforeseen 2-0 advantage. However, after some choice words from David Moyes at the break, West Ham came out a different beast in the second 45 and immediately cut the deficit in half through Lucas Paqueta. Before an old Burnley flame Danny Ings produced a slick turn and half volley to complete the Irons' second-half turnaround. The erstwhile Clarets attacker also had another strike disallowed and hit the woodwork either side of his leveller. But Burnley managed to escape with a point against the Europa Conference League holders, one which keeps them above 20th-placed Sheffield United on goal difference with 10 games remaining. The gap to safety has been reduced to 10 points owing to Nottingham Forest's loss to Brighton Hove Albion, but Vincent Kompany must still perform a minor miracle if his Turf Moor troops, now winless in 11 games across all tournaments, are to pull off the latest great escape. Last weekend's West Ham draw was just the second time in Burnley's history that they have failed to triumph in a Premier League game after taking a 2-goal lead, and 20 points dropped from winning positions is the second highest total of its kind in the 2023-24 season, only behind their upcoming visitors. After failing to make the most of Aaron Ramsdale howlers at the GTEC Community Stadium back in November, Brentford ensured that Arsenal's number 2 would not get away with such calamities at the Emirates last weekend, as Yoane Wissa deflected the Englishman's attempted clearance into the back of the net following Declan Rice's opening header. However, following 2 crucial second-half saves from expiated Ramsdale, Brentford were undone by another Ben White cross, this time for Kai Havertz in the 86th minute, as they slumped to a 4th defeat from 5 Premier League games at the home of the title chasers. Frank and co. were left apoplectic at the fact that Havertz, who had escaped a second yellow for a perceived dive, was still on the pitch, but the Bees could count themselves lucky not to concede at least one second-half penalty at the Emirates, where they memorably benefited from Lee Mason's resignation-worthy VAR blunder last year. As valiant as their efforts otherwise were, a 16th top-flight defeat of the season leaves the Bees languishing in 15th place, just 5 points clear of 18th-placed Luton Town, and Frank's team have let in an ugly 13 goals across their last 5 contests in the Premier League, where they have also dropped a staggering 28 points from winning positions all season long. Furthermore, 9 of Brentford's last 10 away fixtures in all tournaments have now ended in defeat. And not since the 1996-97 Second Division have the Bees triumphed on Burnley's turf, but they have won their last 2 home fixtures against the Clarets by an aggregate score of 5-0. Team news. It is as you were in terms of Burnley's injury situation, as all of Luca Koleosho knee, Aaron Ramsey knee, Nathan Redmond thigh, Lyle Foster surgery and Jordan Bayer thigh remain absent, although the former could be back in action after the international break. Josh Brownhill could only make the bench at the London Stadium after returning from suspension, but the midfielder was brought on during the halftime break for Jacob Bruun-Larsen, as Kompany switched to a 4-5-1 setup. That formation change from the Burnley boss did not pay dividends, so Brownhill may have to accept another cameo appearance, as Josh Cullen and Sander Berge both earned their keep in the middle against West Ham and should not be at risk of the axe. As far as Brentford are concerned, the unfortunate Christian Norgard was only on the Emirates pitch for 34 minutes last weekend before being withdrawn with what Frank described as a contact injury. But there is hope that the Dane will be fit for the weekend. Sergio Reguilon, absent against Arsenal due to a minor thigh issue, is in the same boat, but Ben Mee ankle, Rico Henry knee, Josh Da Silva knee, Aaron Hickey thigh, Brian Bumo ankle, Kevin Shade groin and Ethan Pinnock ankle remain out of contention. Reguilin's expected return should see Keane Lewis Potter drop down to the bench. But if Norgaard's issue proves more severe than first feared, a midfield recall will await Matthias Jensen. Burnley possible starting lineup: Trafford, Assignon, O'Shea, Esteve, Taylor, Vitinho, Berga, Cullen, Odebert, Datro Fofana, Brun Larsen. Brentford possible starting lineup: Flecken, Zenka, Collins, Ajur, Rorslev, Janelt, Norgaard, Onika, Reguilin, Wissa, Tony. We say, Burnley 1-3 Brentford. There were plenty of positives for both Kompany and Frank to take from their team's performances in game week 28, and for all of Burnley's failures in front of their own fans. Brentford have lost a joint high 10 games on the road. Neither set of supporters will be sitting comfortably should their side take the lead given both outfits' propensity to let advantages slip. But Brentford's attacking talents should capitalize on familiar mistakes from Kompany's troops to get back on track. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.